people, happy Saturday, rabbit. Today I'm going to be filming a recent reads video, as you already know by the title of this video. But I'm only going to be talking about 3 books, since I'm aiming to put less pressure on myself for reading and be less stressed about it. I'm probably going to read less than I did last year, which is proven by the fact that I only read 24 books in January. And I really shouldn't say only, because like I mentioned in my 2019 reading wrap-up, everybody reads at different paces, and the whole point of this new 2020 reading resolution to put less stress on me and to not set a new miracle reading goal is that I don't want to read books simply for entertainment value. I want to read books that are really good for the sake of escapism, and I'm going to DNF a lot more books this year than I did last year, which means that I'm going to read a lot less books. I'm going to complete a lot less books, which means that I'm probably, I read 370 books in 2019, but in 2020, I'm aiming that I will probably be reading less. For example, I just said that I read 24 books in January of 2020, but last January of 2019, I read 30 or something, 36, I think. I don't know. You can watch my I read 370 books in 2019 video to know the exact number, because I know I said it then. So yeah, I read 3 books most recently, and I was going to tell myself I have to read 1 more because the minimum is 4, but then I realized that reading a book simply for the sake of filming a YouTube video for it is basically the same thing as what I did last year, which is read a book just for the sake of completing my hefty Goodreads challenge. And I just want to be more patient with myself this year and tell myself that it's okay. We all read at different paces, and that's something that I wanted to tell you guys as well. If you see that video and you think, oh my gosh, what a hefty number. Wow, my reading is inadequate compared to hers. Because I don't want you to think that at all. We all read at different paces, and that's just something I really want to implement from now on and forward. And that video was not made for any bragging or brownie points or anything like that. It was just made to share. That's all. Anyway, with that long intro out of the way, I'm going to head to Blecky now, but then I'll be back to talk about the 3 books that I most recently read. This lighting is always going to be a favorite of mine, because it makes me look so good. Anyway, the first book that I most recently read is All We Know of Love, written by Nora, Raleigh, Baskin. This is the first YA book that I've ever read by Nora, because I read Anything But Typical several years ago, which was so good. Although I haven't reread it in a while, so I don't know if it's still as good as I thought it was when I first read it. Anyway, All We Know of Love is about a girl who's traveling on a bus to see her mom, who walked out on her 4 years ago. So it tells not only the literal journey of her on the bus, but also the figurative journey of why she's on this bus, why she's bothering to see her mom if her mom walked out on her 4 years ago, and that relationship. So it's about love, and it's about the right kind of love too. And frankly, I rated this book 2 stars just because I didn't regret reading it or anything. I just felt like it could have been executed a lot better than it was. And yeah, so there was that. I just felt like it could have been executed better, but I don't regret reading it. But I'm still gonna give it 2 stars because it wasn't worth giving it any higher rating. So I don't think I'm gonna read any more YA books by Nora, Raleigh, Baskin. The next book I read was The Thing About Jellyfish, written by Ali Benjamin. Technically, this book is a reread, even though on Goodreads it says that I've only read it once, because I don't remember the specific date when I read it the first time. But anyway, it's juvenile contemporary fiction, and it's about a girl who's mourning her best friend, and she's fascinated by jellyfish, which I think, first of all, is so cool, and I think that's the first thing that drew me in about this book, because I love sea animals, and any book that has some sort of sea animal in the title or on the cover, which this book has both, I was so intrigued. And my first initial rating when I read this book for the first time which was probably like a few years ago, probably like the year that it came out, I rated it 4 stars. But my new reread, I rated it 5 stars because it's so good, and it's about grief and wonder, and I just love the character arc of the main character, and I love it when juvenile fiction books talk about grief, because I feel like that's something that's not talked about a lot in juvenile fiction, but it's talked about a lot more in YA, which I guess is understandable because I guess more older people deal with grief than younger people. I don't know the stats. I've never dealt with grief myself. So anyway, the thing about Jellyfish was so good. So wonderful and lovely, and that's why the second time I rated it higher than I did the first time, because I cried twice. And I just loved it, and I loved like everything about it. The relationship between the girl and her best friend is just so real and touching. I felt that because I've been in that girl's position before, and even though I didn't really go to the traditional schooling, I have felt what she felt, and that's why it was just so absolutely exquisite, and I can't stop talking about it because it was just so good. And I would highly recommend it, not only to like juvenile fiction audience, but like anybody else as well. So yeah, totally deserves its hype. Actually, I don't think this book has any hype, but if it had hype, it would deserve it because it was absolutely so good. The last book that I most recently read was Don't Read the Comments, written by Alex Smith. This is a YA contemporary book about 2 characters, Divya and Aylin. Divya is a celebrity gamer and she's a rising star in the video game world, and she uses her sponsorships to help her struggling single mom, whereas Aylin creates video games against his mom's wishes because his mom would rather him become a doctor. So they're both like well-developed characters, and I rated this book 4 stars because the plot was action-packed, fast-paced, and I really loved it. It wasn't a book that I was expecting to love either. I went into this book with really low expectations. Like super low, because like I'm not a big like gamer person at all. I was intrigued by the fact that the video game is, I forgot what it's called, but like it's virtual reality, so that's cool. But like I don't know anything about video games, and there's a trigger warning for assault, harassment, and doxing, which I find to be really scary, hence why I never reveal like certain elements of my life to you guys, such as what school I go to, what country I'm from, my age, stuff like that. So anyway, the book was really good. My absolute favorite part of the book was that both Divya and Aylin are people of color, yet the plot had nothing to do with their skin color at all. Their skin color was mentioned maybe once or twice, and like I wouldn't have known that they were people of color if it wasn't for the cover. And like it's rare to find a book, especially contemporary, where the plot does not revolve around their skin color at all, which was, so Don't Read the Comments was a really refreshing book in that aspect, but also it was just really good in all other aspects as well. So that was great. And this book came out very recently too. I think it came out like last week or something. So I'm very lucky that I got it right away. So anyway, it was 4 stars, like I said. So I would highly recommend it, and you should definitely pick it up. And I'm probably going to mention it again in tomorrow's video, because tomorrow I'm going to make a video about the things that I wish would be featured or talked about or represented more in YA. So yeah, I just thought that would be a nice, I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow, but get ready for that. So yes, please Don't Read the Comments. It was really good. Today's weather is so nice. I realize that it's so like banal for me to talk about the weather, but like it's 19 degrees out and it's sunny and it's so great. Anyway, that's the end of this video. So overall, I read 3 books: All We Know About Love, written by Nora, Raleigh, Baskin; The Thing About Jellyfish, a reread; Ali Benjamin, and Don't Leave the Comments, written by Alex Smith. And I would recommend Jellyfish and Don't Leave the Comments because they're both amazing. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. Everyone reads at different paces. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below which book seems most interesting to you. Get ready for tomorrow's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!